We're now having a year-end interview with the general manager of the Lloydminster Agriculture Exhibition Association, Jackie Tomayer. And so thank you so much for being with us today, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
And so, Jackie, tell me a little bit about the beginning of this year as an exhibition and having all those grounds there. It was a little tough, especially because we were just COVID restrictions were still a little up in the air and we hadn't officially come out of it. So tell me a little bit about some of those early events you guys had. You had a cattle show early on in the year. Tell me a little bit about how those went and kind of battling those restrictions a little bit.
Yeah, our Cattlemen's Call Committee went ahead with their event even though there were restrictions, and we had our first annual Cattlemen's Call, and that was amazing to have it in January. And then we rolled into, you know, Agrivisions, and then March we rolled into some other things, and then in April kind of restrictions were lifted, kind of March, April-ish, and we had our first ever Everything Equine event. So we just kept to our motto of we just need to keep going. We need to keep persevering, and those events were planned with not knowing what the future was going to have, but eventually the restrictions did lift March, April, and we were back to business.
And so it was excellent going into April that you guys were back to normal and had a lot of those big events. Tell me a little bit about getting back some of those real big events, like the Lloyd X Fair happened again this year for the first time in a while. You guys had the Chuck Wagons and a lot of those other real big events. How good it was to have your big time events having once again here in 2022. Yeah,
we, you know, there was a lot of learning to do. We have a lot of rookie crew that for staff members that came on board with us this year. So this was kind of their first fair, their first wagons, their first full summer of eventing. And I am so proud of the team that pulled it all together. Our committees really stood behind us and those volunteers to help us pull all those off. And we had record attendance at the fair this year. We had all of the staples back. We had the grandstand shows. We had, you know, the kids acts, the rides, the food. It was just wonderful to see the little 4- and 5-year-olds that had never really experienced a fair before, and they came and see the Ferris wheel for the first time, and we really enjoyed all of those little moments that the fair brought, and then Chuck Wagons as well, with no restrictions. It was a wonderful summer at the Lloyd X.
And then going now from the summer into the fall a little bit, you guys of course had the Lloydminster Stockade again this year, one of your biggest cattle show for sure, and some of those other events into the fall, and also just some of those other little things like you guys hosting a few weddings and stuff like that. How is it good to have that coming in as you kind of finished off the year as well?
Yeah, we were really happy to be able to get back to normal circumstances for all of the user groups that use our facilities. So the nonprofits that hadn't been able to hold an event and do some fundraising, they were able to come back to our facility and hold those big galas again, and the fundraising events and the efforts that they put into our community to give back to our community. And so it was nice to see that, as well as the weddings and the birthday parties, and just people gather again and use our facilities. You know, it got bleak there in the height of COVID, and it was just nice to welcome everyone back with not thinking about restrictions, just having an event again.
And then I know one thing that I was super excited about coming into the summer, you guys had the Chase the Ace. You're now in the middle of yet another one. How exciting and good is it to have those fundraisers being so successful, especially this year coming out of COVID?
Yeah, we didn't have a crystal ball. We didn't know how this was all going to go, and so we were thrilled that we were able to give someone $1 million, over $1 million. And yeah, we're into another one, and it's already exceeding our expectations from the last one. So every week is building bigger and bigger. So we can't thank the community enough for supporting this initiative. This really, really helps our efforts to offer Lloydminster the best we can in our facilities and give back to our community. It really makes a difference to our organization, this Chase Ace, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a weekly winner. Somebody wins some cash every week.
For sure. And then you mentioned earlier that you guys have a bit of a new crew. Tell me a little bit about how good it is to, you know, you have your standard guys, but getting some new faces into the crew, and just what you're kind of looking forward to going into 2023.
Yeah, we have some really amazing people on our staff. We have a great team of really dedicated people that have great new ideas, and we encourage all ideas. We have lots of brainstorming sessions where we just try and think of something so that when you come to the exhibition for your next event, it's going to look different, or there's going to be a new element that, you know, you're going to be surprised about. So that is what we are excited, and I encourage the team always to bring new ideas, and that's from any one of our staff. You know, if you're event staff, if you're in the kitchen, if you're in our office, if you have an idea of something that can enhance the Lloyd exhibition and our guest experience, bring it forward.
Okay, perfect. And then just once again, kind of any new or exciting events, or kind of what's looking forward to for 2023 for the Lloyd X?
Yeah, well, we're going to roll right back into Cattleman's Call here in January. Entries are open, and this is a great bull heifer congress that we are very excited about. And then this Everything Equine show in April is really shaping up. We have a really big announcement in the coming weeks that we're really excited. I can't leak it right now, but we have a really good announcement that's coming of somebody that's going to visit us at that show, and so we're excited about that. Fair planning has already started, so we're going to welcome back fair, and then check wagons as always. You know, the horses are out in the pasture right now eating oats and hay, but spring training is just around the corner, and I know the drivers are excited, and we're excited to welcome the wagons back to the track, and all the weddings next year. We are going to launch into a big renovation of the WLS Convention Center in January, so you know, when you come to the grounds next year, it's going to look a little different, and we're very excited. And that's strictly out of the proceeds from CKSA. So those are going to be some tangible things that people can see that their support of CKSA has gone towards. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jackie, for this interview. Lots of new things coming up for the Lloyd X, clearly from that interview, and of course, such a great year for 2022. And there will be lots more content for these year-end interviews coming up very soon.